Good morning. You're welcome to the program this morning. This is Bystanders at the Newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. We are bringing to you reports from newspaper headlines. This morning, it's a wonderful day to be in the city of Lagos, Ogba. We are at Abiodun Jagun Street, the junction Abiodun Jagun Street, and this is the newspaper stand. We have bystanders looking at the reports online and having a tiki-taka on their opinion. Let's go straight to what we have for this morning. I have the Daily Sun newspaper with me. I also have the Nigerian Tribune. The Daily Sun and the Nigerian Tribune. Stop the killings in Enugu Ehamufo. Stop the killings. Stop the killings. The southeast is deserted. Many are not going home. High cost of transportation. It takes from 25 to 30,000 for transportation to get to your place. Anywhere in the southeast. Many are afraid to go back home. Please, let's stop the killing in southeast Enugu. To be precise, we are reporting this morning the death of Ohaneze chairman Obiozor, who died yesterday. Uzodinma, Ohaneze, Afenifere others mourn as Obiozor died. He's a professor and he's 80. He died yesterday. Condolences from the Ohaneze family to the Ohaneze chairman, the ex-chairman of Ohaneze, Obiozor. That's on the Sun this morning. We have the new Naira notes. Extend deadline to June. Senate tells CBN. Extend the deadline to June. Senate tells CBN. Is there anything that you have to tell us? It seems that this Naira note policy is really affecting the political class. They are telling the CBN to extend the deadline to June. That's what the Senate is telling CBN. G5 governors' body language gives Obi and Tinubu hope. G5 governors' body language gives Obi Tinubu hope. PDP not afraid, confident of doing well in concerned states. Now it is concerned states. PDP are not afraid of doing well in concerned states. Fuel scarcity, filling stations under dispensing to cheat customers. That is where motorists are saying that filling stations under dispensing to cheat consumers. Shortages may continue in 2023. Ipman says that one. On the Omobolanle, the lawyer, the killing of the lawyer, IGP recommends that the killer policeman suspension should be approved pending the prosecution. And the CBN loan, Senate boils over Buhari's 22.7 trillion naira. Suspends consideration of president's request, passes the 2022 supplementary budget of 819.5 billion naira. Buhari wants security agents don't jeopardize the 2023 polls. Now it is in the hands of the politicians and the security agents and also the INEC to ensure, and also non-state actors to ensure that we have a free, fair elections. And insists that they must be apolitical, professional, and uncompromising. Anambra gunmen bomb police station, free suspects cut away arms. Anambra State, yesterday the governor in a press conference said Anambra is safe. Now we have gunmen bombing the police station and the free suspects. Also, they cut away arms. Bajabiamila reps tackle us over comment on withheld salaries. Also, I said that Bajabiamila, who led the delegation to resolve the crisis between ASU and the federal government, deceived them. They were deceived. They said Bajabiamila, the leader, House of Reps, deceived them. But the House of Reps have said, no, we didn't deceive you. We didn't deceive you. Over to the Nigerian Tribune this morning now. A report on how Gulak was killed. A deserted soldier of Igbo origin, according to the report, was apprehended, and he confessed to the attacks on Imo INEC office and also contributed to the death of Gulak. Page 28 of Tribune, you can read that up on page 28 of the Tribune. Suspected herdsmen invade Ondo communities, sack farmers, kidnap residents. Suspected herdsmen invade Ondo communities, sack farmers, and kidnap residents. This is another provocation from these suspected herdsmen. The same happening in the southeast and also in Enugu State. IGP recommends suspension of ASP who killed Lagos lawyer. Reps probes killing, wants police banned from consuming alcohol and abusing drugs. Reps probe killing, want the police banned from consuming alcohol abusing drugs. Okowa urges Mr. Matthew's brother. Okowa urges Nigerians to join PDP to end suffering. Okowa, Mr. Matthew's brother, urges Nigerians to join PDP to end suffering. Oni versus Oyebanji, anxiety in Ekiti as tribunal delivers judgment today. Oyebanji won the governorship election in Ekiti State. Oni is also a participant in that election. Afenifere berates a 9.20% hike in insurance fee. Ways and Means Restructuring, opera in Senate over Buhari's request to approve 22.7 trillion already spent. Money already spent above the budget, 22.7 trillion naira. Senators allege constitutional infraction by president, seek extension of CBN deadline on old naira notes to June 31. National Assembly passes 21.8 trillion naira 2023 budget. In this regime, there was a time we were passing 3, 7, 10, 12 trillion naira budget. Now it is 21.8 trillion naira. You must remember apolitical, yes, Buhari tell military. Highlights of the budget, 8.3 trillion for recurrent, that is non-debt expenditure. 8.3 trillion for recurrent non-debt expenditure, 5.9 trillion for capital expenditure, 6.5 trillion for debt servicing, 6.5 trillion for debt servicing, 967 billion for statutory transfers. Let me have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes. I heard this word once before, ways and means. We had a request to approve 22.7 trillion already spent. On what?
But let me start by saying that, thank you for having me. Let me start by saying that ways and means is a legal window created by Constitution through which executive, not just only in Nigeria, through which executive approach CBN for loan to take care of shortfall of the budget when there's deficit. But let me quickly say that from what we are seeing, that window has been grossly abused by the government. We have to go into the nitty-gritty of how it is being operated. The constitutional provisions that guarantees spending through and means tells you that the government is not powered to borrow above 5% of their earnings for that particular year. So if you go through all the borrowings, through that ways and means, since the inception of this government, it has always been above 5% of the earnings of the government. I've gone through all the figures year by year. I can categorically say that it has always been above the 5% earnings of the government. Then again, another constitutional provision says that if you borrow for this year, for instance, and this year fiscal budget runs out, and you have not been able to pay back what you borrow from CBN through that ways and means, that you are no longer eligible to borrow the preceding year. Yeah. And we have seen this government consistently, cumulatively borrowed since the inception of this government to date. They are accumulated into 22.7 trillion naira. For me, it's a gross violation of constitutional provision. No. And I don't know, I would have encouraged the National Assembly to vehemently oppose and reject approving of that borrowing. No, because you have expended it. I'm not saying they do not have right to expend when they borrow through that window, but you would have followed the constitution to the letter, because the constitution says you cannot borrow above 5% of your earnings. And if you borrow in a particular year, you must pay it before the fiscal year runs out. And that if you have not been able to pay it, that the preceding year you are no longer eligible to borrow. So, hounding National Assembly, intimidating National Assembly, and yes, I see it as a form of intimidation. How? If they eventually approve it, I believe they would have been intimidated. Because I saw the leadership of the National Assembly forcing members into a closed session, because some members were vehement in their opposition to the approval. How can you say outside our conventional borrowing, this borrowing has 22.6
We have the Ministry
the Minister of Finance and National Planning saying that the budget, that borrowing through ways and means, that the government will need to pay it within 40 years. And the CBN perhaps will need to issue treasury bill and bond, that the government will pay through treasury bill and bond. For me, it's a misnomer. And it's quite unfortunate that these governments, under the leadership of Muhammadu Buhari, have run our economy aground. And it's quite unfortunate.
How about passing the 2023 budget?
We have seen an appendage of a National Assembly that is an appendage of the executive. They don't have option. Because the way it stands, gone are the days of Saraki as leader of the National Assembly, where we used to see check and balance. Anything that comes from executive to National Assembly, what we now see is they swallow it live, sink, and hookah. No objection. We no longer see check and balance. Nobody is oversetting anybody. Once the president says anything, it's an injunction. It's like an injunction. So for me, it's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. It goes to show that Mr. President is not a Democrat. Because you can be breaking the rules, the constitution with impunity, and you go to the National Assembly because you already have the leadership of the National Assembly to your side. They will coerce members and endorse anything that comes from Mr. President.
Against the constitution.
It's quite unfortunate. That's why I took pain to tell you the two major areas that provide. It's just quite unfortunate that I didn't take time to capture the actual section of the constitution but I read it. So that's why I took pain to tell you the major criteria that will qualify federal government to borrow through that window. For me, it's quite unfortunate.
Okay, let's look at IGP recommends suspension of ASP who killed Lagos lawyer.
I think I sense foul play. It's worrisome. Because conventionally, what you do as a police organization is you organize an ordinary trial.
Orderly.
An ordinary trial.
It's orderly now.
So, and that is the impression the police force created. By the time when they arrested the man in question and he was taken to, I think, Manti. But the IG telling us that the man had been suspended pending further briefing or further detailed report. I sense foul play. Because the police force reserve rights, 100% right to organize an ordinary trial and possibly take a decision whether to suspend him or to dismiss him. Is the IG telling the world and Nigerians that the decision of the ordinary trial, the result of the ordinary trial is suspension of the man in question? And if that is the case, what other details report is he waiting for? I understand that he's a senior police officer. He may not, the commissioner of police may not have the right to handle the issues that have to do with the dismissal or suspension. They have to come from the office of the IG. But the question is, the ordinary trial that is supposed to be in process, has it been concluded? Was suspension the recommendation of the ordinary trial? And this suspension is the recommendation. What other detailed report is IG waiting for to take further action? I sense foul play.
Nigerians are expecting that he should go for the gallows.
No, there is no two ways about it. He will go through the regular courts.
Okay, regular courts.
But the issue is this. The police is setting stage of trying to assert the man of culpability if we are not seeing diligence in terms of the way and manner the ordinary trial is carried out. This is not the first time we are seeing Nigerian police or Nigerian army, like army will cost-martial their personnel. Police will organize an ordinary trial. This is not the first time we are seeing such. So the least we expected for the police is to come out plainly to tell the world and Nigerians that this is a report of the ordinary trial. Has it been suspended by the ordinary room or has it been dismissed? Consequent upon that, the court will take it from there. But the IG officer of the IG telling us that he have recommended his suspension pending on detailed report. Which other detailed report? I don't understand. IG should speak up and tell us the other detailed report he's waiting for.
Okay, like Abba Kyari and the issue with Badume, don't you think it's going to end like this?
I'm afraid it may follow the same trend.
Okay. What do you expect? What's your expectation of this case?
My expectation is that justice should be served. Justice should not be seen to have been served, but justice should be served, and justice should not be delayed. I'm not pronouncing the man guilty before prosecution. And I don't have what it takes to pronounce the man guilty. What we are saying is the due process must be followed. If you have said that the man needs to follow ordinary trial, tell the world the result, the outcome of the ordinary trial. And let the press know every detail as the process, as they undergo the process. And let the man be charged to court. Then at the end of the day, let the court make a pronouncement. And the pronouncement of the court shall be abiding on every party. So for me, I'm not pronouncing the man guilty until a court of competent jurisdiction has done that. But I'm saying that the process and processes leading to the prosecution are sensing foul play.
Okay, Mr. Felix Chikelu, please don't stir any conversations. Please don't stir.
No, what did he say? Let's get to
it. He's attacking Uzodinma. So that's their personal.
But the issue is letting him know that everybody has his or her own right of opinion. Instead that he's talking, what the thing that giving that right of opinion, you equally understand that Uzodinma have his own right of expression. So let us respect each and everyone's opinion.
The G5 governor's body language gives Obi and Tinubu hope.
Mr. Christian, to be quite honest with you, I think it is already evident that the 5G, the G5,
they are not with PDP.
They are not going to work for PDP. And don't forget that PDP have come out openly now to threaten that they have the capacity to deal with any recalcitrant member, whether the capacity of a governor or not, who perhaps engages in party activity. But let me quickly say this, that if I were to be in the shoe of the presidential candidate of PDP, I would have handled this issue differently. Because whether we like it or not, he's the man in the eye of the storm. And he's the one that is going to be most affected by the decision of this G5. Whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter anybody's opinion. In my own considered opinion, if the G5 pull out of PDP, declare the intention for Obi, declare the intention for a Tinubu presidency, is going to act as a setback to PDP and its candidates. It's irrespective of anybody's opinion. I've read so many reports about people alluding to the fact, speculating that they may choose Obi. Some say they may choose a Tinubu. But let me quickly say this. Look at all the states where the 5G governors came from. You look at River States. Look at Benue, Enugu, Oyo, and Abia State. If you look at that of Rivers, Abia, Enugu, and Benue. If the G5 go for Tinubu, it's going to boomerang on their head. Because it will be like swimming against the direction of the water. Because though quite agrees, if they choose him, he's going to still work against Atiku. But in Oyo State, if they choose Tinubu is going to have sympathy vote in Oyo and is going to boost his chances. But generally speaking, it doesn't matter the opinion of anybody. You can cast aspersion on the 5G governors or the the 5 governors. You can say anything about them. The fact remains that it is a big minus to PDP and their presidential
candidate. Thank you very much, Pastor. God bless you. I have Mr. Felix.
Well,
Felix.
I am quite surprised for some time now. He has been talking about the 5G. Who are the 5Gs? Who are the 5Gs, for God's sake?
They are making headlines.
What are the headlines they are making?
They met with APC.
My brother, who are the 5Gs? What are they? Hold on, see, I know what I am saying. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Okay.
The 5G you are talking, Wicked is talking. Why did he not go and employ 2,000, over 200 people? He was trying to threaten. Atiku has foot soldier in River State.
I don't know that one.
Well, listen to the news now. Atiku has foot soldier in River State.
Okay.
They are stand by and said whatever will happen on that election day, they are going to see what will happen. You understand? See, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. Wike, what he's doing is that is going to ruin his political, he's going to ruin his political career. Let me start with Oyo State.
That's your opinion. That's the opinion.
No, let me start from Oyo State.
It's not anybody's opinion. It's your opinion.
Let me start with Oyo State. In Oyo State, the PDP people have said that if Atiku does not win Oyo State, Seyi Makinde should card himself that he's not going to win the governorship election.
Who says so?
Oh my God!
Who?
I'm talking about the PDP when he called a meeting and he told Atiku that that he should, and Atiku told him that the issue on ground is that he doesn't have the power to remove anybody. That the constitution of the constitution of the party that is beyond him. That if they remove him, it's a northern person that is.
Are you saying that the activities of this G5 will not affect Atiku in the coming election?
It will not. No. It will not. It will not. It will not.
How will it not?
I've just told you one in Oyo State. The PDP foot soldiers, you understand? The foot soldier in Oyo State has spoken their mind that if they lose, you understand? If Atiku lose in Oyo State, Seyi Makinde should get himself that he's not going to win the governorship.
What about Rivers State?
Rivers State, let me go about Rivers State. The reason why Wike is doing like this, because he's in power, he's dictating. Because he has nothing to lose. You understand? Those people that are coming, that are foot soldiers of Atiku, he's trying to call them enemy. Wherever they see you, go and attack them. Is that how a democratic person should behave? Is that how a democratic person should behave?
How will it not affect Atiku?
In Rivers State.
How much is their vote? The
4
vote
million.
is not up to 4 million, my brother. It's not up to 4 million. It's not up to 4 million. It's not up to 4 million.
It's the highest in the South.
It's not up to 4 million.
The highest in the South.
I'm telling you, gone are the days. Gone are the days.
Okay, let's move on. We have where the G5 governor's body language gives Obi and Tinubu hope.
Let them go. Let them go. They are not gods, but PDP have been doing their campaign. They have been going from one place to another.
Okay. The lawyers, Omobale killing, IGP recommends killer policeman suspension pending prosecution.
This issue would have come to an end if the issue of NSAS was dealt with decisively. We will continue recording this kind of issues. When people get aggressive and they begin to bomb police station, that's when they will say that people are against the government. An innocent person, for God's sake. A lawyer for that. Why are we losing our own people? Why are we losing our own people? The IG is not doing what he's supposed to do. And to worsen the whole situation, the man has served 33 years, and he has served 33 years in the Nigerian police force. 33 years.
An ASP.
An ASP for that matter. Are you saying that our police are not trained? Are you saying that they don't go for intelligent training? Are you saying that they are depressed or what? And they always say that police is our friend. With what is happening, do you think police is still our friend?
Is police your friend?
Police is not my friend. Police is not my friend.
Okay, Reps probe killing. One police banned from consuming alcohol and abusing drugs.
Well, it's against the police law. If you are in the uniform, you shouldn't drink alcohol. You shouldn't take drugs. So if whatever they take, that's okay. That's okay. And I want
some of these officers.
The reason why some of these officers jump into this police force, most of them jump into it by frustration. None of the if you put all of them together, about 100, none of them have that passion. Is it desperation?
Some of them.
Some of them. Some of them. That's what I'm saying. That they are in desperating this, and they are not helping issues. The guy from the top, from IG, will send to the next person. Those one will send. They themselves also collect. They collect budget. They have a budget. If you go to a police station, they'll say bail is free. If you want to go, they will collect money from you. Charity begins at home. I don't know whether you have been to a police station before.
I've been to police station.
You've been there.
I saw the bail is free.
But when you are going out, is it free?
No, but I press one button.
You press one button.
So
The
bail was free for me.
was free.
Because I
But you
pressed
have
that
to drop
button.
something before you.
I pressed button. I dropped.
What?
Okay, let's look at the budget, ways and means restructuring. There's the crisis in the Senate as Buhari requests you to approve what is being used What are the things that they use this money for?
See, we have sent people. These are the questions they are supposed to ask. These were what Bukola Saraki was asking them when they said he's working against the party. Ahmed Lawal is just a rubber stamp. He's not telling Nigerians, I said, no, we will not give this. My brother, it is high time we shine our eyes.
Okay.
It's high time we shine our eyes and vote the right people there.
Who are you voting for in Lagos State?
You know my candidate now, without not being told. You know my candidate. My candidate in Lagos State goes from top to bottom is PDP. From top to bottom is PDP. House of Rep, everybody.
Does he have that most?
Lagos or Lagos. That man is a born Lagosian. He's from Badagry. Tunumbu is from Erigbaje from Manchester.
Criteria that will make him win?
That's the criteria.
He's a born Lagosian.
He's a born Lagosian.
Which Lagosian have ruled Lagos?
Something it was years ago. He was a Lagosian. And they have started rooting for Lagosian must rule Lagosian. Look at Bajamiala. He went to Surulere in his country and tell them he has been there for 20 years. And he's telling them that if they don't vote him, he's going to deal with them. What kind of nonsense and arrogant thing is that? He's threatening the south and the southeast. The CDS in Surulere. Is that not an insult?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Felix. I have Mr. Kule, good morning. Mr. Kule.
Yeah, good sad morning. Good sad morning in Nigeria. Good sad morning. The killers of Omobolanle Rahman must be brought to book.
Suspension.
They shouldn't waste time. They shouldn't waste time. The country we have now, the killers, the people that are perpetrating killing in this country should be brought to book. So just to sanitize, you say you want election, but there's killing all around. Let's be committers. Let them be brought to book. And where is Mr. Mansa? Where is Mr. Mansa? There's no Nigerian Orientation Agency. We've not heard of them. National Orientation Agency. We're not hearing anything from them. Is this country dead or alive? Is the country dead or alive? So we are saying this now. We don't know who may be hit by the stray bullet tomorrow. But so let us put an end to that serial killing. That guy should have been hanged by now. Long process is delay tactics. The court process is delay tactics. The woman family are sobbing now. That it should be. It should be. It's not jungle justice we are witnessing in this country.
We are in a democratic.
Yeah, they don't. You can say we are in a banana republic now. So it's jungle justice that work in a banana republic. Let me just say it. You know. So let's give it to, the lawyers that are fighting the battle. What investigation are you looking at?
Suspended. The SP has been suspended, and we're waiting for the investigation of the report.
That investigation can never lead to anything.
I suspect foul play.
There's foul play there. Then over to the guy. So how did the guy come across the AK-47? See, Christian, if you have never been a victim of these people, you will know. I've been blackmailed before by these same people. Let's say person, Hamburg and Amadi, he went to bring one Ujo. All of them, they bundled themselves inside bus and they came to arrest us. Where we went to lodge a complaint. Then the guy now with his smartness, his criminal smartness, he went to the area F Odudua to lodge a complaint. When we got there, it was one woman, and I'm not saying all policemen are bad. We have some people with integrity among them. It's Yewande Longe, but God bless that woman anywhere she is now. And I prayed for her. She was the one that said, hey, you guys don't just go there. He was talking to his officers because he saw the handwriting on the thing. And we became the hero that day. We became the hero because we could see a woman, a diligent policewoman that came up and stood by us. So this country as it is, my brother, we are talking politics now. If the ground is not really, the space is not good enough for the election to happen, what are we going to do? It's just, I'm so just.
Okay, let's move on. We have Oprah in Senate over Buhari's request to approve the 2.7 trillion naira already spent.
Is there any organization among the liaison officers? You know, there's always liaison officer between the president and the legislators. I think Babajide is from Osun State. I know. Is he doing his work? Is he doing his work? Because what you're saying now, the money that has already been spent, it will have been the one to bring the attention of the president to the, it's okay, oh God, they've approved this money earlier before. So why are we now still presenting? So there's a disconnect. That's why I'm telling you, all those civil servants, the political appointee, they are not doing the right thing. They are not doing the right job. They don't know their job, and they should be booted out. That's his own job, to liaise between the legislative and the national, and the presidency.
After the budget, they spent an extra 22.7 trillion naira.
Yeah. After the budget has been proposed, right? Has been spent already. Now they want to represent it again.
They spent extra.
Extra again.
That is the ways and means. That means
the budget. EFCC should come in there.
For the president.
And
the president presented this.
The president presented it. The EFCC.
The president.
Yes, should question the president. That is when we know we are in the north. I'm not saying that if that thing has been happening right from the onset of the PDP that spoiled this country. I was saying, since some people saying jargons about PDP, this thing, majority of them are just blind followers of PDP. They never even knew what happened in PDP. When Atiku left, Atiku was on the political prostitute to APC, to ATN then. Was it not this guy that stood still? That stood still? Then they brought in, to the extent they went to hire Binu Sheriff, that's the Binu Sheriff, the former Borno State, Bombado Sheriff, just to come and hold ground for the PDP, because PDP was an orphan there. Everybody has deserted. Everybody was just PDP in look, but inside their mind, they all betrayed the party. It was only Wike. I gave that one to him, being a brave man. I like brave people, Wike stood still, and he saved the party from going to, destruction, and he spent his money. Now,
he spent his money?
He spent his money.
His money.
Wasn't his money that state's money?
It's not his money.
No, I think the public, the Riverians should not hear that one. Okay, either state, either this state, but he spent money to stabilize the party. I know you are an anti-Wike. I know, sir, I know you are an anti-Wike. I'm not a PDP, but what is right, we have to say it out. Wike stood still for the party. Where was Atiku? Where was the Atiku? Where was he when he was going? He was turning to political prostitute. But what did you guys say about Atiku turned himself to political prostitute that time? That was jumping from ACN to what's it called?
Somebody say make you enjoy. Say problem no dey finish.
Problem no dey finish, but I still have to enjoy. But to me, I'm always sad when I see life being lost. So Atiku is a political prostitute. We have a lot of them. It's just that we don't want to start mentioning the names. They will jump from one party to another, jump from one party to another. That's a political prostitute. So why is it now that it's coming?
Is it criminal?
It's not criminal.
Is it illegal?
But it has to tell you yourself. You have to know that it's not really credible. It's not really credible of human to be jumping from one place. It's just that the woman you marry, you leave your house today and you go and marry another person. Leave that one again, go and marry another. That's a prostitute, man. That's a prostitute.
He said, is there anybody that have not jumped from one party yet?
Tell me. Tinubu has not done that. He marched. He marched. AD metamorphosis into ACN. But he has a fault.
No, he has not jumped. He has not jumped
gone. Please, he has not jumped gone.
Let's move on. Okowa urges Nigerians to join PDP to end suffering.
So Okowa wants to put us into one chance.
No, he said join PDP to end suffering.
Which suffering? Which benefit am I going to get from PDP? Let me tell you. The PDP are broke. Majority of their members are broke. Once they get back to that power, the national
But
cake.
the APC government, we have 22.7 trillion naira.
Debt or what?
Yes.
Or on their head.
After the budget, they had to borrow.
They have to borrow
22.7 trillion.
See, there's
Next
nothing.
year's budget is 21.8
There's nothing bad.
trillion.
There's nothing.
And you already borrowed.
There's nothing bad in borrowing. But what did you use? Wait, no, that's what I'm saying. Wait. Let me land. I'm saying the same language with you. There's nothing bad in borrowing, but the purpose you use that borrowed money for is what matters. Are you spending it on infrastructure? We are saying. Are you spending it to elevate the common man poverty? Are you spending it to upgrade the standard of living of of the masses? That is the subject for another day. So, but borrowing is a normal thing all over. America is the highest debtor, as we are talking in the world. But they are using that money to, for a project they can see. They are using that money for the betterment of average American citizen. So what are we now saying? Borrow is something that is, Lagos State is indebted, but they have the capacity to repay. That's why they are borrowing. So borrow is not, are you yourself, they borrow money? Yeah, they borrow money now. But you pay back.
But that's a different thing.
It's a different thing. But you spend it on object needs. So
what, 22.7 trillion naira, like what do you think they spent it on?
They should be. That is why I say I asked that EFCC in a normal crime, man. EFCC should come in. It doesn't mean that.
Question the president.
It doesn't mean. It doesn't mean. That is what we even make the party more stronger and the people to just align with the party, that they are open to, So the other time, Oshiba just said he wanted to go and submit, a request form that EFCC should come and probe them. That it was the president that said, no. Don't just waste EFCC time. We know you are a very decent person. So you cannot never go, because that was the traders' money they went to share. They nearly implicated, he was nearly implicated in that until he stood up and fight for his right. And that is one thing I just don't like about the vice president. He's too docile. He's supposed to be active. We need to be hearing from him. That is one thing I don't like his style for. He's too docile. We need a vice president that will say things as it is. After all, he's a pastor. He's a pastor in regime. So say it as it is. The worst of it, you resign, right? But do people resign in this country? No. Nobody wants to resign because that's national cake they are benefiting from. Extra code, everything. It won't make them resign. So let's say it bluntly. It's not a party affair this time around.
You did not travel to your village?
Because I've got no reason to travel. My village is cool and calm. There's no crisis in my village. It's just that Adeleke and Oyetola. Adeleke is trying to right the wrong Oyetola has done in that state. And let's give it to him, because his brother, I said, that's the Vido father. That's the Adeleke. There's a family I knew very well, and I still, have loyalty to them because they are very good family, So I think this time around, his brother will not allow him to go astray, because he has said it that if he did anything wrong, he would be the one to cry out and castigate him. So that's the kind of leadership I want. That even your brother, as me, when my father was alive, my father was PDP. And I tell my father, what are you benefiting from this party? The only land you have, it was PDP member that scam you to sell it, to build in the city. If not some houses, you have all left over. It's the same party member that ruined you. So what do you benefit from them? So all this party, if you don't watch well, you fall into second chance. But to me, Asiwaju is still my candidate, as I keep saying. Tinubu, Emilokan for president. Emilokan for president. Thank you.
Good morning.
My people do say, Mata Kulena Yelu, Ogoda Wuche. How can you be telling your father that why should he vote for PDP, identify with PDP, and you are making a greater blunder? what has you benefited from your support for this failed government or dispensation of APC? You look more haggard and hungry, more beggar in nature. And you're blaming your father for making the mistake you are now repeating. And you are telling the world that you are now in support of a man who in his late, early or middle 80s should preside over the governance of over 250 million people with such enormous responsibility. And you, as a, whether you say he's no longer a youth, of course, suffering can make you to become an elder person while you are
Let's look at
in your 40s. You are telling
Uzodinma,
you are a
Ohaneze,
youth.
Afenifere, others.
So you are committing the same blunder. You have not learned from the mistake of your father. And the cycle keep on repeating. How can you break that cycle? That gene of poverty, of disillusionness and clouded mentality. The same mistake you blame your father for is what you are repeating in this 21st century. Is so on. Well, I wouldn't want to take it personal.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm here analyzing the realities. I'm making reference based on what he just said last, and I don't intend to attack him personally, but it's unfortunate that you have people who could not reason beyond their nose. Once you vote for a party you know that has failed, like the debt profile of Lagos State is close to 1 trillion. 979.304 billion naira. The debt profile of Lagos State as it stands now. You see, as of June, 30th of June 2022. Then what with the enormous resources, you see, taxes being generated, internal revenue within Lagos, another means of recouping money, extortive taxation, multiple taxations of the masses, overbearing on the masses, you are still owing to the tune of trillion naira. You see, a trillion naira, and what have you used the money to do? What kind of investment? Has there been any new road tied? Has there been any new hospital built? The hospitals are here, health centers are more or less like where you train chickens, where you train the agric and the broilers and the layers.
We use them.
They are not Nigeria use that because you are in Nigeria. They regard you as layers and brawlers because there's no value placed on you as a human. You hardly can go. The person bragging that you are supporting this one, do you have any health security? In fact, most of them are no longer insurable because insuring them is, as a health insurance, a broker. You cannot, there are certain criteria you have to meet before you can insure somebody. You see, and insure the nation. Even Lagos State is not insurable. So what has he been doing with the close to 1 trillion debt, with all the money? From here now, it's not that you are paying. If you stay over long now, in fact, there should be even the tax, extend the tax to your company because Flip TV have not given us any Christmas and any Christmas gift. So there should be tax. I should recommend Lagos State government to affect which economy. This is sweating me and every other person. Not the blood we are burning.
Let's talk about Obiozor now. Uzodinma, Ohaneze, Afenifere,
What I should leave something that concerns me and be talking about Obiozor. A man who deserves to die at his age. You shouldn't be talking about mourning. You see, and the only people mourning him is Uzodinma and his cronies, Ohaneze. So I would have reacted if, to the contrary, I see that Igbo people mourning. It means that by this caption, it means that Igbos don't even know that they have lost any person. Though, in as much as I respect his age at 80, but the reality is that whatever he is today is just for his family, and he never used his position to serve the Igbo people. Under his watch as the Ohaneze, the president of Ohaneze, over tens of thousands of Igbo youths have lost their lives, have been kidnapped, some have been taken and bombed down, incinerated without the so-called president of Ohaneze calling out the government and those people responsible for killing his own children. He kept quiet. A man who was alive, his own children are being killed, murdered at will, and you say you are a father. What kind of useless father? Your own children dying before you. You see, isn't a death well deserved? So where your presence is not felt, then your absence means nothing. As far as an Igbo people, a nation is concerned, his presence is not felt, and his absence, of course, paradoxically,
Somebody
means
says,
nothing.
don't disrespect the deceased.
That person
What did say deceased? He said deceased.
Now disease. Now people wait there for UK, they collect free money, so he doesn't have time to go to school, and so
you don't need to disrespect the deceased. Yeah.
diseased.
Deceased.
You don't respect the. Have to disrespect. In what terms? In what way am I disrespecting the disease? I am reporting based on realities on ground. These are my commentary based on the perception of the people, even which, of course, aligns with the position of the Nigerian newspapers. He said Uzodinma is mourning a man who should have been endeared by his own people. You see? Check out for MKO Mbadiwe. Check out for Sam Anunaka Mbakwe. Those people, Igbos, irrespective of wherever they are still mourning for them. Check out for Dim Chukwemeka or the Megwe Juku. These are figures, symbolism of strength of Igbo people. Wherever you see them, they represent the Igbo. Sam Anunaka Mbakwe, I think the first executive governor of Imo State. His achievement still outweighs every other government or governor who has presided over Imo State as a governor. People can never forget him. I never saw him, but I have heard about him. People from Anambra still eulogizes him, still make reference to him. So, because even in their absence, they are being fed. The impact is being fed. So you watching me over there, will your absence be fed?
Okay, let's move on.
Even when your presence is not fed today, you'll be coming here to criticize the reviewers, and while others are helping to appreciate us, you're over there writing disease and
there's upright in over Buhari's request.
You should make your presence to be fed so that we can.
Yes, 2.7 trillion naira already spent, and Buhari has.
You can imagine that is what a country you called. A man should stand here and be blaming his father for supporting APC. You see, it was never to be so. You cannot borrow. You borrow from CBN. And the rule of engagement is that you don't have to borrow more than 5% of your annual revenue or whatever you generate annually. You shouldn't borrow more than 5% of that money. And you have violated the rules of engagement, and without due consultation. You always go to, in fact, that is economic terrorism. Maybe this may be the premise under which they say that MFLA is sponsoring terrorism. Because you cannot be the president or government institution and you're behaving recklessly. That is financial terrorism. You see, people will come and sign up to the tune of 23 trillion And the National Assembly is not aware of that. Other bodies that are in charge of finance are not aware of that. And now, after 8 years, you are coming for them to assent to what they never knew you spent. And you told us you borrowed it for what? Besides the foreign debt, not even talking about the commercial domestic debt. This one is direct to CBN. And now you're expecting us to be paying for this. And the poor masses, of course, to be paying, to be subjected to such level of cruelty, economic mishap. People are crying that they are dying. You want to use rods and help them to die the more.
Okay.
And don't be surprised that Lawal and his cronies will go corner somewhere and assent this. They cannot question the veracity and the rights, constitutional rights of the government of Buhari to have done this. I know this may not have been the brainchild of Buhari. Maybe people around him have supported, have looted the money and shared it among them.
Okay.
What kind of country is a normal country being governed like this? Where fiscal expenditures, money are being spent at will. This central bank is the central bank of Buhari and APC. Because the rule of engagement have been violated, have been flawed. And this one now, it will take another 50 years for such debt to be offset. You are not talking about the other, about 60-something trillion. You're still borrowing. By the end of the 29 next year, you will now know the actual debt profile of Nigeria. By then, they will be demanding for the kidney of everybody. I will not be there then. And unfortunately,
thank you very much,
yes, my shout out to everyone who is celebrating his birthday today. May the good Lord continue to bless everyone. Wishing you a very wonderful
you didn't wish Lucky.
moment. No, Lucky is my man. I wished him, of course. It's not that he switches off his phone that day. I don't know this.
Okay.
Edo 419. And you're still an Edo man. This your Oluwa for what?
82.
Oluwa 82.
Okay.
And you are looking too younger. More younger than the. Have a
Mr. Kule.
no, nobody can't. Please, can you excuse me? I have my time.
No, you are finished.
Just excuse me so that I can have a breath of free air. You have used up your time and you shouldn't be disturbed. He has taken 3 of my time. Ever since he stands beside me, I have lost concentration. So let us make use of that. He have intimidated me. You see here, he mobilized overseas stocks to come and beat me up. You see?
Thank you very much. Mr. Kule, wait.
What are you doing here, Mr. Kunle?
Go. Let me respond to you.
What are you responding? I don't.
You are scared to leave.
We don't have time. Who is speaking now?
Who is speaking? You are speaking.
No. Let me respond. Let me respond.
Nobody calls you for response.
After he's speaking.
My brother, have a so I can't respond. Come on.
Good morning, Oluwawan.
Come. Let us go to the glory that we are seeing New Year in a happy, in advance, everybody. So I deal with you. I deal with everybody. So Kule and Dio said they were trying to intimidate the situation of the viewers. But
they were trying to intimidate the situation of
the viewers. So we are sorry for that. Let's continue the department of the story. So what is happening now?
Let's move on. Buhari request to approve 22.7 trillion naira already spent.
You want to collect it more or you want to spend it? Buhari is a criminal. See, our president, I voted for Buhari. Me, I'm a sync supporter of Buhari. BSO, Buhari Support Organization. I like Buhari. I pay extra 100 naira. The screw is screwable and the number was involved to me. At the end, it failed the test. It make you and I hungry. I don't like him anymore. Now he's talking story, always borrowing. Is he master of borrowing? It's not good. We are borrowing, we never see. The common man never see the situation of the borrowing. The common man is hungry. An angry man is an angry lion. What I do every night, I don't send you message. Buhari, fail the test. Go away and sleep in your fucking home. In Taura. Bye-bye, your time is up. Your time is up.
Okowa urges Nigerians to join PDP to end suffering.
Okowa, that's deputy governor. To join PDP, Nigeria is suffering. Okay, everybody
Join
know that
PDP so that you can end something.
Nigeria is suffering, everybody know, but PDP is not the lion of the house or the answer. They are all the bird of the same feather. You can't give us story when we don't like, because we are both the talk show now. We know the truth and we know the lie and we know the A and we know the B. You can't say we know the B and now the B threatening our life. We can't recognize the P anymore. So they are gone forevermore. Their time is up. They are swallowed enough of money. So where is the story now?
So you don't want PDP again?
I said they are swallowing enough of money. You say I don't want them. They swallow me and you are bad. The demon called Blair. See their Blair there. But this one is not there. This is our own Blair. PDP is not written there. But use that language. They shade you and they shade yourself.
Okay, I give you a mention of ASP who killed Lagos lawyer.
Oh, that Lagos lawyer, I'm pretty for her and her family. Only God knows what they are going through now. In this situation of time where everybody are celebrating, everybody are happy. And this is not an accident. It's a demonic act. And if they only say it's wrong, they're supposed to don't hang on. But they forget the story. Because going to court, going to dismiss, going to prosecution, they are all plenty story. Hang him, let everybody know say he did a deadly bad devilish thing on a happy moment. A woman see the mother say, if my daughter get twins for Embeleo, you see that kind of talk, is it a good talk? And you not kill her. Her mother say alive, say she hawk orange to send her to school. Okay, what is going to happen now? And God will never end a situation like that. Because it's very bad. That's why you see Nigeria where Nigeria police can threaten you at any time. You take it as a joke before you know.
Is your friend.
He's not my friend, it's their friend. It's a language they keep. It's a colonial language. They are killers. They assassinate anybody at any time. In the name of Nigeria Police Force. And now, after the answer, they never get a motherfucking sense. They want angry to come again. Only God will set you and I free. And we know end of this day I've come to all of them. From the head to the top. They are going. Another system is coming. Another blood is coming. And you and I know.
Okay, thank you very much. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Kule,
Good
1
day.
minute.
Good
I know
day.
the last time I give you a minute.
Good day.
You
see,
my hand.
I thought a tyrant like Chigozie has gone back to his state to fix up his state. I'm so surprised that I'm still seeing him here. I'm talking of events of 15 years ago with my father, and I'm not in good terms with my father. Lagos is not his problem. I think he's getting more frustrated. Chigozie is getting more frustrated. So they should try and tame him up. Right? And I'm here for Tinubu. Nobody dare, deny me of my right. So if he likes, he should go and vote for Uzodinma or vote for Obi or his Obi. Me, I'm for Tinubu because he brings government closer to me. Right? So enough of this tyranny. I think we are matured and we're getting matured age by age. Right? As you are growing up, you get matured because you're a father already. So enough of this tyranny here. Right? I think we've had enough of that peace. And you should be able to caution them too. When they come here and blowing, don't dare play with my father, right? My father cannot be compared with anybody's father here. So it's so special to me. But he was a PDP member, but we always disagree to agree.
Yeah, normally,
maturity.
Normally.
It's not all about fight. Mama, papa, they fight. Pikin. We don't do that. We don't do that where we come from. I'm a Yoruba. I'm a Dudu anime. So stop the tyranny here.
It's not needed to come for the second time now. And the Christian, you don't allow this kind of thing. Good morning.
Good morning.
You don't allow this kind of thing. So, good morning, everybody. Our dear reviewers in America, in UK, people like Kanu, Abuba, people like Biafra, Benson, Biafra from America, people like Mami Nkechi, Wanyoma from Ogidi, people like Mama America. Then many people like Hadia Halima, many people like Fonigas, people like Ngadi, people like Ojo Kwade. There are many of you that I could not even mention their names. I'm just sending my greeting across. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna disseminate some greetings to you. Thank you. So, Christian.
22.7 trillion already spent. Buhari requests Senate to approve.
That's good, but let me just satisfy my conscience on what Oluwa said here. That Nigerian police are killers. Yes. That's a good statement. Before I go, I divert to this unspent or spent money that Buhari knew already that the money has been spent. Then they come for approval. He borrowed money from the back door. He wanted everything to just die down like that. Does he think that everybody adapts? So let me tell you, Nigerian police has been killing over the years. Happy triggered policemen, shooting and assassinating people. I could remember so vividly in 1996, Mrs. Florence, somebody was shot here in Oba. Straight blood from nowhere. A woman with gear was lying down in her pool of blood in 1997. I didn't understand. So let me tell you, Oluwa was talking about federal government of Nigeria executing prison, sentencing to imprisonment, any policeman that make that kind of mistake. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria before. Only in 1986, Judge Eyamu, a police ASP, that was sponsoring Anene criminals. Yes, he supplied them gun. From Benin, Judge Eyamu was executed. That was the first time. Since then, nobody. And let me tell you the reason why Judge Eyamu was executed. Had it been Judge Eyamu was ASP Abdullahi Rahim from Sokoto, Lai, they will never execute him. They will never tag him in Anambra. Arrange pass will happen because that man is from southern Nigeria. See, let us go and investigate the personality, the ID, the profile of the policeman that shot Bolanle. A woman that was pregnant for twins. That policeman, if he is Mohammed or Garuba, they are not going to send him to the gallows. To the gallows, he will never be executed. Are you listening to me? He has wasted 3 lives, 3 souls. Send them to their early graves. Unborn twins. Innocent children that are coming to this world. Let me tell you, Nigerian police has committed many crimes against humanity, against Nigerians over the years.
Police reforms. We need police reforms.
Police reform, we have been reforming and reforming. The reformation is enough from 18,000 naira to 45,000 naira per month. From there, 100,000. And the money they are giving them each and every time election comes. 2023 next year, you will see police reform. They will be giving them money to go there and do uru. No police reform in Nigeria. Yes, because they are part of the system.
Even after the NSAS.
Yes, the NSAS. Had it been there would have been. Yes, there would have been. Because NSAS has taught everybody lesson in that institution. But still, it's like they are coming up from their shells. They are coming up from their what? Shells. They want to start their, their normal business. Living sorrow, tears and blood as they are getting original trademark in Nigeria. Killing people, causing people pain. NSAS that is just barely how many years now? Police has started again. Shooting an innocent woman. Didn't you see her? She's a woman. Even if he's a man, why shooting that woman? So, another NSAS, I've been warning it here all the time. Another NSAS, youths are going to take up arms. No, you can't play with your life. If anybody wants gun, everybody will be gunning. Yes. What is the need? In America, see, if you ram a truck in a crowded place in New York, there will be forensic investigation. They will investigate you. If it happens that you are drunk, they will execute you. They found out that it was just not by mistake. Intentionally you did it. Maybe you want to hurt some people. Maybe you want to just go on revenge. You are on a revenge mission. You listen to me. A truck that ran into over 35 school children at Ojodu Grammar School early this year, February, March. What happened? Where is that truck? Where was the truck coming from? Is it not from North? Innocent girls, boys, pupils were laid down. You know the federal government of Nigeria will never do anything like that. We are running the worst government in the history of this earth. A driver that kills intentionally must be what? Executed. I wonder why police did not allow angry mob to kill that driver, set him ablaze. They only set the trailer ablaze. Police came and what? Saved the driver that killed innocent children. Okay, Kisa, let me tell you. A policeman that was not drunk cannot see a woman inside her car and chop. A policeman that is sane in his clear mind could not have shot an innocent woman returning from church service. Are you listening to me? Justice must be given to Bolanle.
But I'm just... You have suspended him. Let's look at the Buhari 22.7 trillion.
22.something trillion, I told you. The money has been spent. Some of them has been borrowed already. He borrowed it from the back door. Now he come up to the house to approve it. So that at the end of the day, no justice will catch up with him or his administration. This is just part of the Section 419 of Nigerian Constitution. Buhari and his cronies, his cabals, they stole that money from back door in collaboration with Afenifere CBN governor. They now want to use sense on our lawmakers to approve that money so that at the end of the day, they will all be what? The money we spent, our annual budget, approved what? Boro, approved by the House. But the House was very, very intelligent enough to detect it. I overheard Matthew analyzing it. See, had it been they did not raise their voice, there wasn't a rowdy session. One useless legislator would have just... They debated it, they found out that it was fraud. I'm telling you. It's a government that was structured on what? Fraud. May I tell you, may I give you one reason? In 2020, federal government of Nigeria signed a sum of 100 billion to Meti Allah. They did not go through the normal due process.
100 billion.
Thank you, 100 billion. Afenifere signed it. The House did not know. What has the House done today? I don't know. But Jamila was there in the lower chamber of the legislative. Ahmed Lawan was the president of Senate president. What has he done about it? Meti Allah, the money they signed to Meti Allah, what did Meti Allah use that money for? Is it because Buhari is a man whose business is animal husbandry? Was that why he could sign that kind of money to the platform under which or in which he is a patron? He's a patron of Meti Allah, West Africa. No, it is a history. It is on record, yes. So what has Nigerian government has to do with that platform? May I shock you? Chok Chagari was a teacher, a headmaster, a teacher by profession. He ruled Nigeria from 1979 till 1983. That's 4 years. Has Chok Chagari signed out any, staggering amount, approve it, and give it to Nigeria Institute of Teacher, NUT? I don't know their headquarters, maybe it's in Kaduna. I don't know what I understand. I think so. He has not done anything to elevate, to bring up that platform, NUT. Teachers were receiving, as of them, 40 naira, 60 naira salary during Chagari regime. No staggering amount was signed for the teachers in Nigeria. Nothing was done to indicate that Chagari's profession was teaching. Are you listening to me? Thank you. Obasanjo was there as a military, though in the past, he was the one that handed over to Chagari. Then, 1999 till 2007, Obasanjo was there. He was into agriculture, I know, agro, whatever. Obasanjo, did he do anything to favor people in that sector? Farmers, loans, fertilizer, supply to the farmers was followed in order. He did not do anything to favor farmers, to enrich farmers so selfishly. He lent money, I mean banks, subsidiary, they subsidize the loan, maybe or maybe not, to farmers. They do their work, they carry out their activities. Obasanjo did not dupe Nigerians. Obasanjo did not misuse public funds to favor farmers. Now, Jonathan came and go, a zoologist, right? Thank you. Is there anything, Oga, let me tell you, Buhari has done wrong to Nigerians. Buhari stole 100 billion in a daylight. He did not even hide, in conjunction with Emefele, and gave it to Meti Allah. The money, what they spent with that money, nobody has told us what they used that money for. The money was expended on whatever, nothing to us. It was not made known to us. Later, they invited Emefele to face senators. The outcome of that invitation was not made to Nigerians. The 100 billion assigned to Meti Allah was used to procure arms. They bought AK whatever for 759. That's why all of them are wielding AK-47, AK-49, killing Igbos, killing Yorubas, killing the mid-Beltans all over Nigeria. Now, this 22.7 trillion has been spent, has been borrowed at the back door without telling the lawmakers. If you want to borrow money, you debate it in the House so that if they approve it, they will just approve it. The executive could not just bring down the legislative down on their sole feet, matching them on the head. Rubber stamp lawmakers. It's an insult to them. Why shouldn't these people in the House review Nigerian constitution and impeach this man from Niger out to his town? Put him out. Get out of that place. He's ruling Nigeria using us as if we are from Daura, his papa's garden or farmland. We are not.
Okay.
Southeastern Nigeria are not. We are not. I don't think Yoruba will stoop that low to bow to what Buhari is doing to the southwest, because that money is our wealth. It's a commonwealth of Nigeria. We are the one that has the taxpayers, tax payments. We are paying to federal government. The money is coming from River State, from Lagos State, from all the oil-producing states in the southern Nigeria. But look at the way Nigerians, the way they are using our money to control the frontier. Buhari is not a Nigerian. Yes, to Nepal, no Nigeria. To Nepal.
Okay,
I'm telling you, Buhari is a Nigerian. From what is going on, Buhari is not a Nigerian. I'm just telling you. That 22-point-something trillion that you investigate him, the money they borrow, he borrowed from CBN, maybe in conjunction and collaboration with Emefele. They should screen two of them to push them out.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi, for your contribution this morning. Yes, I have Mr. Adegunwa. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
I know you're experiencing what we experience every morning. You are seeing it from the back view. Some people over there are not seeing what is happening. The politics that is happening here. You are seeing it live.
There's serious politics going on here, but we try as much as possible to resolve it diplomatically. When we come to this public space, everybody comes with contrary opinions.
Yeah.
And we must learn, and I think we are learning, to absorb and tolerate everybody's opinion. I cannot force my opinions on you. It's not possible. All right. So, but that's by the way. Before we commence, I want to remind my fellow reviewers something.
Is that the paper?
This is my salary. This is the page of my salary. See, I have a full page. Udeze, why do you have to be so petty? Why do you have to be so petty?
You have started your own with their own.
No. It doesn't have to be so petty. There's something I should tell my friends. One of my friends traveled to UK earlier this year. He said he's looking for greener pasture. I said, bros, when you find the greener pasture, okay, and you are self-sufficient, now try as much as possible to cut that grass. Cut enough grass bring it back to Nigeria and come and help us develop the country. Don't stay there and enjoy the greener pasture alone there. That is how you will know a true patriotic citizen. Now, you have been in whether Italy for how many years? You go to the comment section, you tell that you can feed people, you can do this. My brother, come back to Nigeria, come and establish a business, employ the Nigerian citizens, help to alleviate poverty, then you become a what? A true Nigerian. But you are there, you are living on the state's welfare, or you come here, you come and bamboozle us. Come on, man. That's petty.
Okay,
All right, that's petty.
Let's move on. IGP recommends suspension of ASP who killed lawyer. What's your take?
Well, according to the process, I think that's the first step.
Yeah, that in the police.
That's the process.
That's it.
Okay, the problem we have is, you see, this process of prosecutions lacks transparency.
Yeah.
I think there should be a platform whereby we can follow every police officer's prosecution. You know, Abakiari right now, we know he's still in detention, all right? But we don't actually know what's up. This guy could be going out every Friday to go club, to go have fun, and then probably on Monday morning he's back into his prison. These things happen live. What we lack in Nigeria as a whole is transparency of processes. The man, first thing first, he needs to be suspended. I have seen and I've heard people saying that he should be killed. We are in a democracy country. All right, we are not in a monarchy or aristocratic or maybe we're in a communist environment, maybe like in China. In China, we know that, of course, by now there's public execution. But you are in democracy, all right? The question is, do we really want democracy? Do we even understand what democracy stands for? Democracy, there has to be many litigations, processes, and all that. But when you're talking of monarchy, autocracy, it's just, this guy has offended, kill him, bam, that's it. Do you understand? So, there are so many European countries that are not practicing democracy, all right? So many countries, Denmark, Italy, those guys are not practicing democracy. No, some of them are practicing socialism, communism, and then they're also practicing, what's it called? Many of them are not practicing, even UK is not practicing democracy. Yeah, no. Are you with me? So if we compare ourselves, most times what I want us to do is, like, who are we comparing ourselves to? I see people comparing Nigeria with Dubai. Dubai is not operating a democracy for crying out loud. All right? And I think you asked me a question, was it yesterday or so, what I feel about the election. And then it takes me to Kenya. Okay, no, I think it was 2 days ago. You asked me about the mobile money. That's how do I feel mobile money, how far do I think mobile money has gone in Nigeria? And if you recall, I told you that Kenya, in Africa now, Kenya is the leading country who has adopted mobile money policies. You take a bike, you pay with what? M-Pesa. You buy orange, you pay with M-Pesa. What that means is that country now is to have a new face, because they were able to pull everybody through Twitter, because they have, they have accepted that digitalization long before Nigeria. In Nigeria, Lagos, maybe most of western side and the south and southeast. But in the north, they are still far behind in accepting this digitalization of the thing. And we know that the block of votes come from the north. All right? Now, you have asked people about the G5. Mr. Felix said that to hell with the 5Gs. Now, you see, the arrogance, this PDP, I don't know why they carry so much arrogance. In politics, sometimes you actually act like a baboon to catch another baboon. Do you understand? It's called diplomacy, and it's also called common sense. When you come to the table of negotiations, okay, guys, you follow how you reason. There are so many positions, and you can still get beyond this chairmanship of the party. Are you with me? Now, today on TVC, they were asking the spokesperson of PDP. He said, 2019, PDP won Rivers State, but they didn't win eventually. So losing Rivers State doesn't necessarily mean that they will still lose this year's election. Look at his analogy. He said, Oyo State won, PDP won Oyo State as our 2019, whereby Sheyi Makinde emerged. But Atiku did not emerge as a president. So if they like, they can go. And I was just laughing. You see, right now, we have been able to see the bigger picture that these 5 guys are leaning towards Tinubu. For one of the reasons I mentioned yesterday. And on your first program you guys hold, I think the anchor there even said that one of the reasons why he feel the 5Gs will go for Tinubu is because he believes politically, and then in future, they tend to gain more from Tinubu than Obi. And how does that work? These guys, these 5G guys or G5 guys, these guys are political what? They are into politics full time. Obi is a person that he only came, and like he has always been said, he's not a political jobber. He has something he's doing. If he loses this election, where is he going? He's going back to his business, and he might probably not come out for anything again. That's Obi's. I mean, going by his speeches, by his what's it called? His statements. You understand? Because he has always been that I am not a political jobber. I am not a political career person. Do you understand? But I must tell you that in Nigeria, politics is a career. But the point, what we lack, let me tell you, and it is not only subjected to Nigeria alone. In America, some families are well known for politics. You understand? Some families are well known for politics. Sometimes they get to the national level, sometimes they stay at the national level. But some families are like that they are known for politics. For instance, it's the Clinton family. So some families are like, and the Bush family. Are you with me? So, what's his name? And his cohorts would rather go for a Tinubu, like, okay, fine. Even this guy doesn't emerge. This guy still has the influence. Atiku and Dino Milaya and his cohort say that they probably appointed or going for another candidate is their own political suicide. 2019 or 2015, when Atiku did the gravest of things to Jonathan, why is his own political career not there? Atiku has nothing to kill Wike's career. Yeah. He is not the only.
He becomes president.
If he becomes president, he has just how many years? He's going to leave. Wike is still pretty young. Sheyi is still pretty young. Tom is still pretty young. These guys are still going to be relevant for the next 20 years. Okay? And one thing I want you to know is Wike is playing one thing. He wants to become a Tinubu in Rivers State. That's his footstep he's taking.
Is that possible? With the terrain?
Well,
with the
Rivers State terrain, yeah, it's possible.
With the likes of Amechi.
Amechi, which Amechi?
Ome here, secondus.
Who? What? Okay, where are they? As of today, where are they? Listen, Wike has been able to take some lessons from this man, Tinubu. Are you with me? Fine. Amechi and the likes, all right? They are very available in Rivers. But Wike has a performance. He has used to actually override every one of them. And that is, he has outperformed every those persons that you call his nemesis. Amechi did well, but Wike came on board, but he did well. Wike is, I don't know why people will say Wike is selfish. You're going to politics. I mean, you need elite. That's just the truth. You need to be a little bit of greed. If you are just selfless, everything that comes into you, you just give a house. Bros, now starvation go kill you. But that aside, in politics, we know there's there's a role for self-interest, and there's a role for your community. Both sides, we can fulfill those.
Yeah, we got a network issue. We have a network issue. Yeah, we now we got the program this morning. God bless you. Sorry, the network issue. That's why